Hi, it's Tom from Lone Horizons, and we're back with our peasants who are trying to get revenge on the goblins living in the ruins on the hillside. Well, the dungeon under the ruins on the hillside. They have just killed 2 of the goblins, their first 2 goblin kills in room 4 here, and then they're going to go into room 5 and attack the ones in there, but they don't know who's in there yet. So what they decided last time, before we ended, was that Kain, the dwarven herder, should sneak in there down the corridor and have a look and see what's going on, see who's there, rather than them all just blundering in there with their torch burning. One quick update, I've redrawn the chart with all their names on and stats, and I moved Heaver into Kain's group because 4 of them got killed last time, so now we have 3 groups of 4 rather than 4 groups of 4, so that will make it a bit easier to keep track of. And I've highlighted in different colours the leaders of each group just so that I can see who that is and where each group starts during combat. So anyway, we are gonna get on with this. So yeah, Kain is the sneakiest one. She has the highest agility modifier. So she is going to have to sort of use thief skills, which she doesn't have, to get round here and see what's going on in this room. Now, if we go to the thief page, we can read about thief skills here. And we've got sneak silently and hide in shadows. So sneak silently, I won't read all of this out, but it says the base DC for moving across stone surfaces is DC 10. So this is a stone surface, the tiled flagstone floor of the dungeon. And then hide in shadows. Hiding at night or in a shaded or dimly lit area is DC 5. So that's a bit easier. It will be DC 5 for hiding. But if we look at this table on the next page, the one after that actually, this is thief skills by level and alignment, and you can see thieves get a bonus to their skills along with the agility modifier. So yeah, that's okay actually. What I didn't notice before that they use the agility modifier as well. Okay, so that's fine. So she will add her agility modifier to it, because I was reading this and thinking, thieves get these bonuses to these different skill checks, but if you're not a thief then you won't get that bonus. So does that mean you're not even allowed to add your agility modifier? But it seems like you are. Okay, so that's fine. So to move down the corridor, she needs to make a sneak silently check and a hide check as well. Okay, so we are going to say, let's say that the checks will happen while she's moving down the corridor. So let's put her in the middle there and then do the checks now. She has to roll a d10 for this because she's not a thief. She's not trained in these skills. So this is the sneak silently. It's not move silently. Move silently is from, I think, Dungeons and Dragons 3rd edition or something. So let's have a look. 1! Natural 1. Okay, so that is 3 with her agility modifier. So she makes a load of noise. All right, so we are going to have to give them the chance to investigate that noise. But let's say she kicks some trash left by the goblins on the ground and it clatters around, and she realizes anyone in that room is gonna know she's there. So let's allow her to do her hide check, which is DC 5. Okay, that's a 6, so she gets 8. and she successfully hides. So while she did make a noise, she presses herself against the wall, makes herself really, really small in the shadows, and just stays completely still. Okay, so that will be our turn done. So I'm going to mark that one off on the time tracker. And then the goblins here, this is the runty hobgoblin no one likes. That's how he's described in the description. I think they're going to probably push him towards the doorway there and say, look, you've got to go and see what that was. There's something moving around in that corridor. And he's like, all right, fine. So he is going to move. He gets to move all the way because we're not in combat yet. He's out of combat, and we said people can move from one area to of the dungeon to the next when they're not in combat. So he's going to come around here, but since she's hidden, he doesn't have to make an opposed check against her hiding skill or anything like that. She's just hidden from everyone now. Whether it's him or the goblins or a dragon comes around the corner, no one's going to see her. So he goes around there, he looks, stays there for a second looking, and then I think it's fair to say he's going to go back and report back on what he's seen, which is nothing. So he's going to go back there, and he's basically like, look, all right, lads, I've been round there, and there's nothing there. There's nothing there at all. It was probably just one of them big rats moving around. And they will be, because they're goblins, they will be satisfied with that and not, comb the dungeon top to bottom, investigating a tiny noise someone heard. So it's now the next turn. So let's have a look. On this turn, this is the end of the hour now. They've been down here for an hour almost. And the torch is going to go out and need to be lit. I think that's going to happen at the start of the next turn rather than right now. But also we've got the wandering monster check, and also they need to rest in this turn. Every 10 minutes per hour they need to actually sit down and rest, and if they don't, I think what happens is they get a -1. Resting characters who do not rest suffer a -1 penalty to attack and damage rolls until they've rested for one turn. That's really bad for our peasants. And we're going by these old school essentials rules for all of the dungeon crawling procedure, so we're going to go with that. So that does mean that if we attack them this turn, we're gonna need to make those adjustments to them. Everyone will have -1 attack and damage penalty. But they can't just sit and rest and fall asleep for 10 minutes knowing that these goblins are in this room. So they're going to have to just press on, I think. So first thing to do, it's a wandering monster check as well. So we'll do that with the wandering monster die. No, that's fine. Okay. So first thing to think about is, do we want to just blunder in there with our torch spluttering as it is, and just walking in with everyone into what is possibly a meat grinder, because we've got this narrow corridor that they'll have to go down one by one. Or do we want to do something clever? Now, I know that one piece of equipment we do have is oil flasks. I think we've got a couple of oil flasks. It doesn't even matter whose inventory they're in right now. But an oil flask can be thrown. I'm going to check what it does. Let's see. When ignited and thrown, oil causes 1d6 damage plus fire. DC 10 save versus reflex to put out or suffer an additional 1d6 damage each round. And it seems like it only affects one creature that it's thrown on. It's not like a fireball spell or anything affecting a large area. Okay, so that's good anyway, but we're going to have to make a ranged attack to throw it. And surprise, surprise, Kain has the best agility modifier, as we know, which means she will be best at ranged attacks. So, yeah, it looks like Kain is going again. Alright, so in order to do that, we need to send her around here again. We'll send everyone else with her this time. But she's going to have to come around here and then be face to face with the goblins. And since she's seen one hobgoblin, but she doesn't know who else is in there, she's going to have to roll for surprise. I think they're both going to roll for surprise. And if we are surprised, then she's just going to be standing there with a lit oil flask in her hand, kind of caught with her pants down, and they're going to get to act in the first round of combat. Anyway, let's just kind of send everyone in. Let's see who are our best survivable fighters. Maybe Waltin the Noble, because he has a long sword and shield. Let's send him behind her. What does Gonithil has? A dagger. Someone has a spear, definitely. I know Kain has a spear. Oh, it's Wige has a pitchfork I'm thinking of. Okay, because that does 1d8 damage. So that's one of the most powerful weapons we've got. Where's Wige? He's here, so he's going to be next. And then Groban, the rope maker, he has a hand axe, but his attack bonus is -2, so he's not very good. Melly, the halfling dyer, she has a staff, and her attack bonus is +1. Everyone's going to be suffering a minus to their attack bonus anyway. Okay, so then everyone else will just put into a big crowd here. And the sheep and the sow just follow us everywhere we go, so they're just following us to their doom. Okay, so let's move everyone around the corner, and then as soon as Kain sees them and they see her, that's when we roll for surprise. So just do this, get everyone moved over there. Okay, so surprise is 1d6. Each party rolls a d6 and they're surprised on a roll of 1 or 2. We are green. So no one is surprised. Okay, so that means we just need to roll for initiative then, and hopefully Kain will come first. I hope so. She gets, what does she get? A +1 initiative. Oh no, that's intelligence. She gets a +2 initiative bonus because of her agility modifier. But oh no, that's not affected by this resting penalty. It's only -1 penalty to attack and damage rolls. I've just got to remember that for this fight. Okay, so I'll roll up the initiative off screen. Okay, so I'm back, and it's actually the following day, because I realised that my camera was going to run out of battery during the fight if I started the fight last night, so I've waited until today to begin. So anyway, I've done the initiative list, so it goes Hobgoblin first, unfortunately, Cater's group, Kain's group, Goblin 5, Goblin 4, Gonithil's group, and then the other 2 goblins. So yeah, the Hobgoblin is going to get a chance to attack Kain first, unfortunately. And what does it have? It has a flail, which does 1d6 damage. Okay, and wow, it gets a +2 attack bonus. So it's quite strong then. Wow, so +2 to attack and damage. So it is going to do 1d6 +2 damage if it hits. Wow, okay. So it can move 30 feet, so it's going to get right up close to Kain. What weapon does she have? She has a spear. So we're going to say she's holding her spear in her right hand and her lit oil flask in her left hand. And there aren't any rules on how long the oil flask can burn, the wick in the oil flask can burn for before it blows up. So we're just going to let it burn for this round of combat, and then she'll throw it on the Hobgoblin in the next round. So I am going to roll the attack and damage dice together from now on because it will make things a bit faster. Let's see. Okay, so what is her armor class first? Her armor class is 12. Okay, so it gets a +2 bonus. So that means it needs a 10 to hit. A 3. Okay, it misses. The Hobgoblin swings its flail around and Kain easily dodges out the way of it. That's the Hobgoblin's turn done. I'm gonna just put a marker, use a die as a marker. What can I use? This one, to keep track of where we are in the initiative order. I'll put that there. Or actually, I'll put it so you can see it on screen. I'll move these out of the way because you probably can't read them anyway. And I'll put that there. So next up is Cater's group. So this is kind of confusing. Where is Cater? Cater is here. So she can move past all of her friends. That's fine, but she can only move three squares on this grid per turn. So per round, sorry. So that's not much good, is it? Who is in her group? Cater. Let's see, there's Melly, Orsiet, and Wyge. Okay, so Wyge is there, Melly is there, Orsiet is back there. Okay, so Wyge can go 1, 2, 3. Wyge can actually move into the room here. So he is going to do that. Wyge is a male human, and he's the rutabaga farmer, and he's got a pitchfork, which does 1d8 damage, which is quite good. So that was his move. Now for his action, he's going to attack the Hobgoblin. The Hobgoblin's armor class is... Where did I write their armor class down? 14. It's wearing scale mail. Wow, that's pretty tough. Okay, so Wyge rolls a d8 for damage. Oh, and we have to remember that we're all tired because they were supposed to rest this turn, this dungeon turn, and they haven't rested. So everyone gets a -1 to attack and damage. Okay, so he needs to get a 14, and his attack bonus is normally 0, so his attack bonus is -1. He misses. End of Wyge's turn. And then we have Melly and Orsiet. So Melly is here. 1, 2, 3. So she can't really go anywhere. She can just move here. And then Orsiet, to get through that door, can she? Yeah, you can move diagonally through a door. 1, 2, 3. We're just house ruling that. So she is now there. This is all. They're all a bit bunched up though, aren't they? And like Wyge can't move out of the way and make room because the Hobgoblin will get a free hit on him if he does that on his next turn. Anyway, so that is Cater's group. Next is Kain's group. So now Kain gets to throw her oil flask. She is going to get a -1 penalty from being tired. And let's see, her agility modifier is +2. Okay, so she's going to throw it with a +1. And I think it does 1d6 +1 damage, like a magic missile. I'm not sure off the top of my head. Where is the equipment list? So oil does 1d6 damage plus it sets someone on fire, which is a DC 10 versus reflex to put out or suffer additional 1d6 damage each round. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, 1d6 damage and the fire. So we will roll for that now. She is going to get a +1 attack bonus with her penalty, and his armor class is 14. Okay. She gets a 10, so that's an 11. She misses with the oil flask, and we don't have any rules for whether it hits anyone standing nearby. Well, we could say, on like a roll of 1, it's gonna either fly past the hobgoblin, smash on the ground there, and burn for a bit, and then go out, or it's gonna actually hit Wige on a roll of, say, 1 on a d6. So let's try that. See what happens. 3. So Wige is safe. Okay, yeah, she flings the flask, but it flies through the air and smashes on the ground, and flames erupt from it. And we now have a little fire burning here. I'll put something there because now that square is inaccessible. So if it's a creature that's on fire, it gets a reflex save to put out. So we'll just say, why don't we say it's going to burn for 1d4 turns? We're just making things up, because the thing is, like in a solo game like this, as long as you feel like you're being consistent, if you forget and you do something different, hours and hours later on level 5 of the dungeon, who cares really? It's fine. There's no other players here to kind of call you out on it, and as long as we're not sort of cheating, I think it's totally fine to do things like this. So the oil is going to burn for 1d4 turns. 1. Okay, so there's a 1 on that die there, the flame die. So we'll leave it like that as a reminder. Okay, so that was Cunane's turn. Then it's Ugmas, who is over here. Oh, no one can move, can they? No one can get in. Okay, this is a bit of a disaster. Lessim is all the way up here. He can go there if he wants. And then Hiva is right here. So maybe what they need to do is draw the enemies down the corridor and back into this bigger room, like they did with the ferrets, and surround them in this room and batter them all to death while they're surrounded. Which does mean Wige will be kind of cut off here on his own, and Cunane will get a free hit on her as she tries to move away. But that's what we're going to have to do, I think. So Cunane's group, Lessim has just moved there, so let's move him back to where he was. Let's put him over here. The sheep and the sow, they're just going to stand there like idiots. They don't know what's going on. They're just confused. Okay, so now we'll go on to Goblin 5's turn. So the fire is still burning. When will that burn until? I guess it will burn until Cunane's group has their go again. Okay, so Goblin 5. Goblins can move 20 feet per turn. So it's going to go 10, 20, and attack Wige with its action. So what weapons do the goblins have? So I've got them numbered as 1 to 4 on here, but because we used Goblin 1 and 2 here, I don't know what happened to Goblin 3, but we've got different numbers here. I'll just quickly change those. So that is Goblin 5, Goblin 6, Goblin 7. Oh, damn it. I've done the wrong thing. All right. Hang on a second. So I've fixed that. Okay, so that was Goblin 4, 5, 6, 7, and the runty hobgoblin no one likes. Easy. Okay, so this is Goblin 5. That means he has a club. That's 1d4. Okay, so he will attack on a d20 and do 1d4 damage. Does he have a damage bonus? Weapon -1. Oh, okay. His attack bonus is -1. So I suppose that means his damage bonus is -1 as well. Okay, that's great. I'm not sure if I did that with the other 2 goblins. I'm probably being really inconsistent, but it doesn't matter, does it? Not to me anyway. So here he goes, attacking Wige, and Wige's armor class is 9, unfortunately. So he needs to roll a 10 then to hit Wige. He rolls a 6 and misses. Okay. So that was Goblin 5, then we got Goblin 4. So 1, 2. Goblin 4 attacks Wige as well. Goblin 4 has a dagger, which is also 1d4. So he needs to get a 10 to hit Wige on this die. He gets a 16 and hits him with 3 -1 damage. So that is 2 damage to Wige. What's Wige's hit points? 4. Okay, so he now has 2 hit points. He's still alive. The goblin jumps at him, lunges at him with the dagger and sticks it in his side, badly wounding him. Okay, so then it's Gonathil's group. So if we're all going to be moving out here, Gonathil can go... Oh, he's an elf, so he gets 30 feet of movement. 1, 2, 3. He could go to there. And then Groban is here. These little counters I made are so hard to actually pick up and move because they're completely thin. Okay, so Groban, 1, 2, 3, say, goes to there. Walton is here. 1, 2, 3. And then Duin is up here, so he could go back here to the entranceway near the stairs. Okay, so then Goblin 6, can he get to Wige? No, and there's the fire there. He's not dumb. He's not just going to walk through the fire. I think if we were fighting zombies, monsters like that, maybe they would just walk into fire because they're just basically robots that are basically unaware of their surroundings. But anyway, Goblin 6, he's just going to try and get in on the action, but he can't. Maybe he stands here. Oh no, look, he can attack Wige diagonally. Poor old Wige, he's not doing very well. Alright, so Goblin 6, he has a club which does 1d4, so he needs a 10 as well to hit. 18, and he does 1 damage, but because of his -1, let's double check that in the rules. So in the Goblin listing in the bestiary, it says initiative -1, attack bite -1, melee 1d3, or as weapon -1 melee. So the fact that it says 1d3 damage if he bites you implies that you don't -1 from the damage, but you do for players. So based on like their strength modifier. So why would he have a minus attack bonus and not minus damage? Okay, so I am going to minus the 1 from his damage as well. Let me know in the comments if you think that's right or wrong, or if you're a DCC veteran and you know the definitive answer to that. I'd be interested to know what you think. So we would normally do -1 from that goblin's damage, but the rules do say, because we checked this the other day, any attack that hits does at least 1 damage, no matter what the damage penalty says, based on strength modifiers and stuff like that. So this goblin does manage to do 1 damage to Wige, so he is now on 1 hit point. So that goblin has a dagger as well. Oh, no, he doesn't. Goblin 6 has a club. So Goblin 6 clubs Wige's arm, almost breaking it, wounding him really, really badly. And he is now on 1 hit point. Okay, so Goblin 7, who does have a dagger. Let's see, where can he go? I think he's gonna stand behind the fire and kind of hesitantly look at it deciding whether or not he can jump over it, but then he sees the hobgoblins there and decides to just wait where he is. Okay, so now we are back to the hobgoblin, and the hobgoblin has a choice between the badly wounded Wyge or Kain. Now, let's give him a little bit of AI, because he's an intelligent creature. He's not very intelligent, but he's not a zombie. I keep picking on zombies today. Sorry guys. So let's say he is more likely to attack Wyge because he can see how badly beaten up he is than he is to attack Kain. So why don't we say on a d6 again? I find d6 is the easiest die to sort of separate into chunks for probability. So we'll say on a roll of 1 to 4 he attacks Wyge, on a 5 to 6 he attacks Kain. 3, so yes, he goes for Wyge with his flail, swings his flail around his head and goes for him. What's his attack bonus again? It is, it's +2, yeah, okay. So yeah, and he will do 1d6 plus 2 damage if he hits. Alright, and Wyge armor class is 9, so he just needs to roll a 7, right, to do it. Oh, he hits, and he gets 7 damage on Wyge. He swings his flail around and smashes it into Wyge's face, shattering all his teeth, caving his nose making his nose concave into his face, and Wyge just crumples up and crumples to the floor dead immediately. Poor old Wyge. So we have another dead peasant. Okay, let's cross him out. Hang on. Let's do this properly. Dead. Okay. So yeah, unfortunately Wyge has gone down. So what happens now? We have Kater's group. Okay, Kater shouts, "Stick to the plan." Well, she didn't know what just happened actually. She's in the other room. So she is gonna go like here. They're trying to make a circle basically. So that was Kater, then we have Melly, the halfling dire. Oh, halflings can only move two spaces. So she can't actually go anywhere really. Okay, so Orsiet, the trapper. Where is Orsiet? Here. 1, 2, 3. She can go to there. We need to think more carefully about attacking people in tight spaces, really, don't we? Come up with better plans. Okay, and Wyge is dead, so he doesn't get a turn. So that was Kater's group. Now it's Kain's group, which means the fire has gone out. So yeah, Kain is engaged in battle with the hobgoblin. So she is going to attack him. What does she have? She has a spear, doesn't she? Which is 1d8. Her attack bonus is -2 now, unfortunately, because of being tired. And hobgoblins, I keep forgetting the armor class. I'm so bad at this. Hobgoblin's armor class is 14, so she needs to actually roll a 16 to hit him. Wow. A 6, so she misses. Okay, that was her her attack. She can't do anything else now. She can't move because she's engaged with him, and he'll get a free attack on her. That's a bit of a problem though, isn't it? Because we need to draw them into the other room. Okay, so she is going to move, which gives him a free attack. Okay, so he is trying to hit her. His attack bonus is +2. Her armor class is 12, so he needs a 10 to hit her. Okay. 11, so he does hit her, and he gets 4 damage +2. So, oh no, that's 6 damage on Kain. What are her hit points? 4. Kain, our hero of the game, is now dead. Ah, such a shame. She was the kind of party leader, really. Yeah, they're dropping like flies now. They're in a proper serious fight with monsters that have weapons, not just giant animals anymore. Okay, so Kain is dead. There we go. And so I guess this is now Ugmas's group, or whoever has the highest personality score in the group. Alright, so it's now Ugmas, the dwarven mushroom farmer. Where is he? He is here. Okay, so he can move. Everyone just run. Everyone just run for it. So he is going to move past Hiva to here. And then we have Lesim. Lesim is here already. I think he's good where he is. Hiva is here. She's going to make some space. She's a human, so she can move 3. So let's put her 1, 2, 3 up there. These animals need to get out of the way, don't they? Okay, so that's that group done. Goblin 5. Alright, so Goblin 5 can move 2 tiles. So he could go 1, but then he needs to spend an action to climb over the dead body. Let me just double check something about actions in the rules. So a character has one or more actions each round, expressed as action dice. Most characters have 1 action die, which is a d20. So they may move its normal speed and do 1 thing for each of its action dice. Yeah, so the goblin can move and then it gets 1 action, which it uses to climb over the body. Okay, so that was Goblin 5. Then Goblin 4, he can go 1, 2. Oh, and hang on. That puts him within range of Melly, but he's standing on a body again, so he can't actually attack her this turn, this round. Then we have Gonathil's group. Okay, so where's Gonathil? Here, Gonathil the elf. He's the one who fell over last time. He's going to stay there. And then Groban. Groban is in position. Waltin is here. Okay, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3. And Duin is up there. Maybe he could go here, couldn't he? Or he could just kind of swap places with the sow. So let's do that. I'm ruling that he can just kind of shove, because it's an animal and it's dumb. He can just shove it out the way and stand there. Okay, so that was that group's go. Then we have Goblin 6, who is here. He will go 1, 2, I guess. And then Goblin 7 is just going to try and follow them down the corridor in pursuit of Melly. Okay, so now we're back to the Hobgoblin. So there's a body where this goblin is, so it can chase Melly, but it can't actually attack her this turn, which is great. She's a halfling, so she can only run 20 feet on her small legs. Okay, Cater's group now. So Cater is somewhere around here. I think we're all basically in position. Yeah, just waiting for them to come in. That's fine. We could use another oil flask, but maybe, I don't know, it only gets 1 monster. That's the thing. It only hits 1 target at a time. It's not a grenade, so I don't know if it's worth it. Okay, so that's Cater. Then Melly is here, so she can go 1, 2, because they can move diagonally. Just keep running. She could have attacked the Hobgoblin, but then she'd be engaged with it and she wouldn't be able to run away. And then Orsiet is here, so what's the best place for her to be? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's put her up there, because then she could attack diagonally. I don't know what the sheep is going to do in this fight, but might be useful, you never know. Okay, so then Kain's group, which is actually Ugmas's group. Ugmas is here now. So let's say he's going to go here. And I think everyone else is in a good spot. Yeah. Okay, so then Goblin 5. Goblin 5 is going to go 1, but it can't stand in the same place as Goblin 4. So then Goblin 4 can move 1, 2. He's chasing them. I need to check who has ranged weapons as well, because a couple of them have slings. Orsiet has a sling, and Heaver has a sling. So Heaver is there. That's perfect position if Melly gets out the way. Orsiet is up there. That's a good position as well if Walton moves. Okay, that's good. So then Gonathil's group. So yeah, there. Okay, I think Gonathil, Groban, Walton is here. So let's put him there so that Orsiet can potentially shoot her sling down there. Duin is fine where he is. Okay, so Goblin 6 can move 2 tiles to where that dead body is. And Goblin 7 is just gonna step over that body. They don't have names anymore, they're just dead bodies. Okay, so then the Hobgoblin goes, so he can move 3. 1, 2, 3, and attack Melly. Okay, so Melly's armor class is 11. Alright, so the Goblin only needs to roll a 9 to hit. A 6, he misses, swings his flail, and he doesn't realise that he's in combat with a halfling, and the flail just goes right over her head. Okay, so Kate's group. What's Kate doing? She's over there, she can't really do anything. Okay, that is fine. Melly, so Melly and Orsiet. Okay, yeah, so Melly is now engaged with the halfling. Sorry, she's the halfling. She's engaged with the Hobgoblin. Orsiet won't be able to hit anyone anyway, so she won't do anything, but Melly can attack the Hobgoblin. What does she have? She has a staff. Her attack bonus is +1, so it's actually +0 now, and her damage will be 1d4. Okay, so she needs to roll a 14 to hit them. A 9, she misses. Okay, so yeah, the staff just swishes through the air doing nothing. I think she does need to take the chance and try and run into the room, because she needs to lure the Hobgoblin within range of the slings. So she is gonna break away and move, and that means it gets a free attack against her. So let's see, her armor class was 11, so it needs to roll a 9. 12! This Hobgoblin is so skilled, it's really annoying. Alright, so, and he's doing 5 damage because he gets +2 damage bonus as well. So, yeah, not wanting to make the same mistake as he did just now, he swings the flail around his head, sends it crashing down onto Melly's head, and shatters her skull completely. So, yeah, Melly is killed. Right, yeah, they really are dropping like flies now. The halfling goes down, sadly. And I hate to say it, but at least in death she can serve the team by providing an obstacle for the Hobgoblin to climb over before he reaches the others in the next room. Okay, so that was Melly's turn. Oh yeah, she was in Kate's group. So it is now Kunane's group, which is Ugmas, Lessim and Heaver. So where's Ugmas? Ugmas is there. So he doesn't want to really step over there, just block everything, just ruining their plan. So he's not going to do anything. Lessim doesn't have a sling, does he? No, he's got a cudgel. He's the cheesemaker. But Heaver is up here. So let's just double check the range of a sling. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 feet away. I'll check that now. So sling, short range is up to 40 feet. Medium range is up to 80. Okay, so strength modifier applies to damage with this weapon at close range only. Alright, but she doesn't get... Does she get any attack penalty with it? Ah, okay. Missile fire is medium range. She gets a -2 attack penalty. Wow, that's tough. Alright. So she's already tired. So that means she gets a -3 attack penalty to her roll. So... Oh, no, wait. Yeah, a -3, because that would be... No, -2, sorry. She gets a -2 attack penalty to her roll because her attack bonus was +1. Alright, so... And then her damage would be... Oh, wow. Oh, because she's using the stones, not real sling bullets. She does 1d4 -3, so her damage, is the best she can do is 1 damage. That means we don't even need to roll for damage. Okay, so... After all that, she is going to attack with a -3 penalty. That means she needs 14, 15, 16, 17. She needs to roll a 17 to hit the Hobgoblin. 3. Okay, she misses. I'll just adjust her ammo as well. So she now has 29 stones. Okay, this isn't good. I hope they don't have to run away. So that was... Who was that? That was Kain's group. So then we have Goblin 5. Goblins are running down the corridor as fast as their little legs can carry them. So that's 10, 20. Then Goblin 4, he can move past the Hobgoblin and end up here. And he can't attack Ugmus because he's climbing over the dead body of... Melly, I think, yeah. So that's Goblin 4. Then we have Gonathil's group. So where's Gonathil? Gonathil is there. Groban is there. Walton is up here. And Duin is up here. So we're still trying to lure the goblins in. Maybe Ugmus should have moved out of combat range, really, because now he'll be attacked. I should have thought of that, really. Anyway, nothing we can do about that now. So none of them can do anything. Who has the sling? The other sling. It's Orsiet, and she is in Kate's group. Okay, right. Yeah, but she couldn't. Oh, yeah, the goblin wasn't there on her turn, and she couldn't see the Hobgoblin. Okay, so then Goblin 6 is going to go 10, 20. Goblin 7 is going to go, 10, 20. Okay. And now it's the Hobgoblin again, who can move 30 feet. So he can see Heaver, but he's going to go 10, 20. Then he sees Ugmus and decides to attack. Well, he's not going to move into this crowd of people and expose himself to all of them attacking him. So he's going to attack Ugmus. So Ugmus has an armor class of what? Where is he? 9. Okay. 7. So the Hobgoblin needs a 7 to hit him. The more observant among you may have noticed that I made a really stupid mistake here. The Hobgoblin has just stepped over the dead body outside the doorway to this room, which, going by what I said literally a few minutes ago, means that he uses up his action for his turn and can't attack. But here he is attacking Ugmus, and he's about to get a critical hit and kill him. So I'm going to skip the rest of the Hobgoblin's turn, and next session Ugmus will be back alive again, and we'll just pretend like it didn't happen. Okay, so that was the Hobgoblin. Now we've got Kater's group. So Kater is over there. I guess everyone should just surround the Hobgoblin and beat it until it's dead. No one can stand there now because they won't get an attack, which is annoying. But the Hobgoblin will have to, if he wants to attack anyone, he will have to move next turn. And then he brings himself into the middle of the room, allowing everyone to surround him and attack him. Okay, So we got to hold the line, basically. Cater shouts, everyone hold, hold your place, don't move, wait for him to come to us. And the Hobgoblin probably can't understand the common tongue anyway. So Cater isn't going to do anything. Orsiette, she has her sling, so she can attack. What's her attack bonus? 0, so her attack bonus is -1. So that means she needs to roll a 15 to hit it. And her damage is 1d4 -1, but she is definitely, that's 10, 20, 30. She's in short range. So yeah, damage will just be 1d4 -2 actually, because of the tiredness. Okay, so she needs a 15 to hit. 3! We're just rolling so badly. Okay, the sling bullet, yeah, just flies past the Hobgoblin and clatters into the wall. And Orsiette now has 28 stones. Okay, this is a long old fight and it doesn't look like it's going to be over anytime soon. So that was Orsiette. Okay, so then we have Cunane's group, which is now Lessim and Heaver. Okay, so Lessim is over there, Heaver is there, so she can use her sling again. And where is she? Heaver. Her attack bonus was +1, so that means she has an attack bonus of -2 now. No, is that right? Oh, that was due to the range. So now the Hobgoblin's closer. That's 10, 20, 30. So it's actually an attack bonus of 0. So she needs to roll a 14 to hit it. 15, she hits. And she rolls a 1 for damage. So that means she'll do the minimum damage of 1 hit point. Okay, wow. So, well, he is a runty Hobgoblin. So he's only got 3 hit points, so now he's down to 2. So the stone bangs into his forehead, bruising him quite badly. Okay, so next is Goblin 5. The goblins are just going to keep moving down the corridor, I suppose. 1, 2. Oh, no, you can go 1, 2. Okay. Goblin 4. So he can just walk past Hobgoblin 1. So I think he's just going to go for the nearest person and attack them, which is either Waltin or Gonathil. So we'll just say that's a 50% chance. 1 to 2 is Waltin. He gets a 4, so he goes for Gonathil, the elf. The elf. Okay, so Goblin 4, he has a dagger, and he does, what does he do? Oh yeah, so he has an attack bonus of -1, and he does -1 to his damage as well. Okay, so Waltin has an armor class of 11. Alright, so he needs to roll a 12. Oh, no, but... yeah. I'm getting confused by the tiredness thing, but it doesn't affect armor class, only attacks. So he needs to roll a 12 to hit. Again, all the monsters are hitting nearly every time. 17, and he rolls a 3 for damage, so that's -1. That's 2 damage against Gonathil. So it stabs Gonathil in the stomach with its dagger, taking his health down by half. So now it's Gonathil's turn. Okay, let's get the goblin back. So what does he have? Gonathil has a dagger himself, and his attack bonus is 0. So Goblin's armor class is 10. So Gonathil's attack bonus will actually be -1 because of the tiredness. So he needs to roll an 11 to hit. 16, he hits. Okay, and he's rolled a 3 for damage. Where is Gonathil? Here we go. So damage is 1d4, and it's -1. So he does 2 damage against Goblin 4. Finally, we're getting somewhere. Goblin 4 is quite tough though. He has 5 hit points. Okay, so he slashes his dagger across the goblin's chest. Okay, so that was Gonathil. We're now on Groban. Groban is here. Look, he can attack the goblin as well. So he's going to step over there. He's now blocking Orsiet's sling, but who cares? We just need to get these things killed. So Groban's attack bonus is -2 normally. That's so bad. So his is going to be -3, and that means that he needs to get a 13 on the d20 to hit the goblin. Okay, and he does 1d6 -3 damage with this. 7. Okay, he misses. What did he have? A hand axe. His hand axe just swishes through the air harmlessly. And so that's now Waltin's turn. So Waltin is there with his longsword and shield. He can attack the goblin. The longsword does 1d8 damage, which is good. His attack bonus is 0, so he'll be on -1, meaning he needs to get an 11 to hit. That is a 9, he misses. And then Duin, Elven Forester with a staff. Where is he? He is up here, so he can come in and attack as well. He could attack the Hobgoblin even, but if he leaves a clear line of sight, then Heaver can use the sling on the Hobgoblin. So he is going to attack Goblin 4 instead. Duin, what does he have? He has a staff and an attack bonus of 0, doing 1d4 damage. So that's an attack bonus of -1. So he needs to get an 11. 9. Oh, none of these peasants can fight at all, can they? This was a really bad idea they had coming to the dungeon. Okay, so he misses. And now it's Goblin 6's turn. So what can he do? He can go 10, 20 feet and get on the body. And then Goblin 7's turn. All he can do is go there, I think. And we're back to the Hobgoblin. So what is he going to do? He's just killed that guy there, so he needs to find someone new to fight. If he goes there, he can't attack because of the body being in the way. So I guess he'll go and either attack Duin or Heaver. Duin is closest, so we're going to make him go to Duin and just swing for him. So Duin's armor class is 10. So that means he has an attack bonus of +2, so he needs an 8 to hit. Okay. 4! Thank for that. He misses completely. Duin easily dodges out the way of the flail. Okay. So then Cater's group, which is... Who was that? Cater and Orsiet are the ones who are left. So Cater hasn't done anything yet. I think she needs to join in. So where could she go from here? She could go 10, 20, 30. She could go 10, 20, yeah. She can't really do much here. She's going to go up there and move into that space there. So Orsiet has a sling, which is a shame because she is now blocked by everyone here. What can she do? Maybe if she comes around to the corner of the room and Gonathil kind of moves out the way, then when the goblins start coming in, she can be slinging bullets at them. So let's do that. She can go 10, 20, 30 feet over there. Okay. So then Kain's group, that's Lesim and Heaver. So yeah, same with Lesim. Can he do something now? He could go there, but then he's blocking Heaver's sling. And it would be good to keep Heaver away from, a sling gives us a kind of free attack where Heaver has no chance of being fought back against by the Hobgoblin. So I don't think Lesim should go there. So let's Let's see, I guess there's no... Well, he could just move down here, because if the goblins come in here, they might come this way. So, yeah, he'll move there. Okay. So, then... Heaver's turn is now. So, what does she do again? She has an attack bonus of +1 normally, so her attack bonus will be +0 because of the tiredness. And a d4 for damage. But she can only do 1 damage maximum, can't she? So we'll just roll for the attack. So she needs to roll a 14 to hit the hobgoblin, sorry. 16! Another bullet hits the runty hobgoblin in the face, cutting his cheek. And he is down to 1 hit point now. He's looking quite dazed. That's good, because he's so dangerous. We do need to get him killed quickly. Okay, so Goblin 5 is next. Where's Goblin 5? Here. Okay, so that's one action used climbing over the body. So now he can go there, basically. Then Goblin 4. Goblin 4 is this one. Okay, so who attacked him last time? I think it was... Wow, I've just completely forgotten. I think it was Walton with his sword, with his longsword. I'm not sure. I'm going to roll to see who he goes for. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 people in range of him. So we'll just roll the d4. 3. So that's Walton he's fighting. Okay. So Goblin 4 has a dagger, and Walton's armor class is 11 because he's got a shield, so he's got quite good armor class. Okay, so the goblin needs to roll a 13 to hit him, I think. Is that right? Oh no, a 12, sorry, because he's got a -1 attack bonus. Okay. 11. The dagger clatters off Walton's shield there. Okay, so Gonithil's group is up next. So that is, let's see, Gonithil is still alive. So he can attack Goblin 4. Okay, he has a dagger and his attack bonus is 0. So that's a -1 attack bonus. He needs to roll an 11 to hit. 17 with 4 damage. Okay, so his damage is normally 1d4, but it is -1 because of the tiredness. But that's 3 hit points damage to Goblin 4. And yes, basically he stabs Goblin 4 in the neck. Blood gushes out and Goblin 4 goes down on the floor dead. Is the tide of battle turning? Who knows? Anything can happen when you have no skills and no magic, no backstabbing, no mighty feats of bravery or whatever they're called that warriors get in this. All we have is the peasants. Okay, so we can cross off Goblin 4 from the list there. Okay, so that was Gonithil's attack. So now we have Groban. Groban isn't next to any enemies now. So I think we need to let the enemies come to us over the dead bodies, because otherwise Groban will just put himself within hitting range of the Hobgoblin and he won't be able to attack. Okay, so Walton now. Same with him, that's a shame. And then Duin is here, so Duin can attack the Hobgoblin. Duin has a staff, he has an attack bonus of 0, so that's a -1, so he needs a 15 to hit. 18! He whacks the Hobgoblin with the staff, doing 2 damage, which kills the Hobgoblin. He cracks the Hobgoblin over the head with the staff, shattering his skull. And the Hobgoblin is finally dead, the one who terrorized everyone. Okay, that is great. Alright, so who was that? Duin. So that was Gonithil's group. I'll cross off the Hobgoblin. That is really good news. It looks like they might just about survive this fight. Oh, and do we need to do a morale check for the monsters, actually? I think we should have already done one. You're supposed to do one when the first monster goes down, and then when there's half the monsters left, and then when there's the last one left on its own. So they now have 3 left. So, I mean, yeah, they definitely need to do a morale check. Let's see. So, Goblins morale. Okay, I need to check what the rules are for morale checks again. Okay, so the morale check is made by rolling 1d20 and adding the creature's will save. A result of 11 or higher is success. Okay, great. So a goblin's will save is -2, so it needs to... so 11 is a success, so let's just roll first. Oh, and we've got to do each individual goblin, so that will be 3 d20s. Here we go. So Goblin 5 is green, Goblin 6 is yellow, and Goblin 7 is black. So what do they need to roll? 11, 12, 13. They need to roll a 13, each of them. And it goes green, yellow, black. So they all fail. They all fail their morale. See, I should have thought of that already. I mean, it's my fault for not realizing sooner. But they are all going to run away, which means they will run to that room there, which is, what's that? That is room 6. Ooh. Oh, interesting. This is a whole other thing, actually. Another thing I should have thought of. No, room 6 is the boss's room. Fighting in area 5 will alert the hobgoblin who lives in this room to trouble. Oh no. Okay, yeah, and he has some treasure in there. So I think, yeah, he should have already come out of his room. So what we'll say is they are going to try and run back there screaming as loud as they can and trying to attract his attention. So whose turn is it? It's Goblin 6, so he can only go 20 feet, so that's 10, 20. And then Goblin 7's turn, 10, 20. Goblin 5 doesn't get a turn before he'll be attacked by everyone. So in that case, we're going to end the video here, and we will see what happens with these goblins next time. Will they run and alert their boss, the other hobgoblin in the other room, or will they all be killed, chased down and killed like dogs? Let's find out next time. Thanks for watching, and if you want, you can subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you get a notification when the next video comes out, and yeah, I'll see you next time.